What's up, my nerds? Welcome back to another episode. First night on the right. I'm your host, Mr. J. It's just gonna be me today. Just want to give you guys some of my thoughts on this past week's pre-order announcements. I guess we can say, right? One went on pre-order. One has been announced, but not yet on pre-order. So these are two items that I've been waiting for. One I've been waiting for about a year, if not longer. I'm going to be talking about quarter scale Madara from Hex Collectibles, and we're also going to be talking about Iron Studios Trex and the lawyer Gennaro 1/20th scale diorama piece. Two pieces that unbelievable. They were both put on the same day, basically. The Iron Studios went on pre-order Friday, and the Hex Collectible, they showed it off on Friday as well. No date set for pre-orders yet, but it is coming soon. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll start off first with Iron Studios Jurassic Park piece. Man, this thing is awesome. So they have it here named T-Rex Attacks Donald Gennaro statue. Demi scale 1/20th. Now, 1/20th scale, not that big. I know I skipped out on their final scene for that reason alone. It was just too small. But this one, it's such an iconic scene. I mean, I've always said how cool it would be to see Gennaro on the toilet, right? I would have loved for it to have been a bigger scale. At 1/20th, based on these pictures and the measurements that they've given us, I think it'll do the job. So let's take a closer look here. We start off with the first image. We have obviously the T-Rex with Gennaro. Basic dynamic scene here. They added the rain, they added the background. Looks super cool. Next picture, you get to see the whole thing. Basically, you're looking at it from the side, which is going to be the longest way to display it, of course. It's going to be the best way to display it. You're going to have the T-Rex. You have him completely stretched out, tails all the way back. He's leaning forward, and you see Gennaro on the toilet with the walls, they came down around the side. Pretty cool. The base basically looks like, the little supporting walls that are holding up the big fence on the side, right? It's supposed to mimic that construction, right? It has a little Jurassic Park emblem on the center. It's got a lot of dense vegetation on the side. Looks like you have the T-Rex, what is that? The sign, I guess you can call it, right? The little monument thing. Pretty cool. This image, you see it from the front. So again, you see the T-Rex in the middle, leaning forward. Gennaro in the center, sitting on the toilet. This is another angle here. This is a quarter view. You can see it from one of the corners here. Again, looking pretty nice, guys. This is it from the back. It's gonna look good from whichever way you pose it, but again, I think side to side is going to be you'll be able to get the maximum value out of it. Looks like they also included the footprint on the mud, clear resin there. There they have the sign Tyrannosaurus Rex, no feeding, no flash photography, no yelling. So based on just looking at this sign, this is extremely lackluster. It looks super cheap, super boring. Looks like they just slapped some stickers on it and called it a day. Nothing like the Prime 1 Studios signs. Those things look amazing. I think you can even find better looking ones on Etsy that mimic the Prime 1 Studio ones. This one, they didn't even try on this one. Boring. Gennaro, we got a closer look at him here. I think that looks great. You have him with the little shorts, the little dressy shoes. dress-up shirt. He's covering his face. Obviously, he's scared out of his mind. You have the wood paneling on the floor, the bamboo all over the place. Here we get a close-up at the T-Rex. Now, we've seen this face before. It's the exact same sculpt that they used on the T-Rex attack diorama, the big 1/10 scale. It literally looks like the exact same thing. They only shrunk it. No new features. Color seems to be a tad browner than the large Iron Studios version, which was a bit more on the green side. But other than that, this looks like exactly the same T-Rex. Again, nothing out of the normal here. Nothing to see different. Here you have his foot on the ground. It's making an indentation. Her foot, sorry. These are females. Here you see it with another darker background and better lighting. It does pop all together. It looks great together as a scene. But if you really want to get down to the nitty-picky stuff, the detail could be more. You could have given us something a little nicer, a little more, pizzazz, I guess if you want to say it. But then again, you'd have to make it bigger, and this looks like bigger is not something Iron Studios wants to do with their Jurassic Park stuff lately. Everything has been 1/20th scale, 1/20th scale, whatever that new line that they came up with, where everything's miniature. It's even smaller than that. I don't know what it's called, because I honestly could not care any less than I do for that line. I hate little itty bitty micro machine size thing. I just don't care for that. I want big stuff that you can be like, wow, look at that. I don't really like the small stuff. I can't do it. This, like I said, 1/20th scale, not my biggest like, I guess you can say. Not something I look for. But in this picture here, you have someone standing behind. It looks pretty decent size-wise. Granted, I'm pretty sure that's a small little woman standing behind there to try to make it look bigger than what it actually is. But standing at 26 inches long, 11 inches in depth, 11.8 inches tall. All in all, it won't look bad. It's going to look great in anyone's collection. It's a great scene again. Brand new scene. No one's done it before. So I'm going to take it for sure. I have to add it to the collection. But I will always and forever complain I don't like small scale. I know a lot of people like the smaller scales. So room space is an issue. I get it. Space is always going to be an issue. But I'd rather have something big and absolutely gorgeous than something small just for the sake of being able to fit it on some little shelf. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's just personal preference. And with today's inflation prices, this 1/20th scale is going to cost as much as the final scene did. It's going to come in at $1,000. Is it worth it? That's going to be up to you guys. Me, I wish it was cheaper, obviously. I think for a 1/20th scale, I never thought the final scene was worth it. I'm not going to think this one is all that worth it either. Will I pay that much? Probably, just because I need it in the collection, but I don't think it's really worth $1,000. I think something like this would have done well at $800. I think that's a more fair price. Remember that 1/10 Triceratops? That was coming in at like $900. And I said that wasn't worth it. I waited and I got it at a big discount. I might do the same with this. It might not be a one the instant pre-order for me, Day one might not be something I'm looking at. Again, we'll have to wait and see. I know a lot of these places, they have stuff on pre-orders. Stuff keeps going on wait lists. I don't understand how. I don't know what the edition size is on this. All we know is that it's probably going to be a 2024 item. Now, looking at a lot of stuff that's being announced, 2024 is going to be a good year for release dates on Jurassic Park pieces. So far, I know Prime 1 Studios, Blue and Delta are going to be 2024. Their Lost World diorama is going to be 2024. Excuse me. The life-size beta at Queen Studios is going to be a 2024 release item. I know it says 2023, but I really don't trust those release dates. We'll see if it does come out. Excuse me, guys. When it says it's going to come out, but I highly doubt it. Now, next on our list to take a deep dive on is going to be Hex Collectibles quarter scale diorama. Sorry, not diorama. Museum pose Madara Uchiha. Now, this guy I've been waiting for over a year, ever since they announced their roadmap. I remember they teased a lot of cool stuff for us, and lately we've only gotten, the Hashirama diorama, the Gara diorama is starting to ship out, it looks like. We've gotten some other anime dioramas from them. So, a lot of cool Naruto stuff coming from them. I've been looking forward to all of it. And now we finally get to see what Madara looks like. And man, does he not disappoint. I love it. Look at the hair on him, flowing. The armor looks great. I will say, if you take a close look at those straps on the armor, it is the wrong color. It's not anime accurate. The anime accurate ones, we all know those are tan. We don't see tan here. So that, I can let it slide, I guess. That it is not accurate. However, if you look at everything else, I feel it's still gonna look amazing. Color-wise with his skin, looks fine. White skin. It's got the Sharingan eyes. As you can see, they are giving us a live facial sculpt on him. No Edo Tensei. I hope that later on they'll announce that they will give us an Edo Tensei head. If we can swap it out, that'd be awesome. I do prefer the Edo Tensei Madara. I do prefer his reanimated look as well. You'll see what I mean in the next pictures. Again, lots of cool textures on the armor, on the clothing. Look at that. You can even see textures on his gloves. It's like they're leather gloves. Look at that. Texturing on the clothing. Look at his sleeve there. Look at how big this is, boys. Woof. 27.7 inches tall. It's going to be a tall one. I like that. I like his pose, personally. I think he looks very powerful like this. Like, he's walking like he owns it, right? Walk it like he talks it. Very, very cool. You got the Susanoo rib cage flowing around him, right? He's got the Uchiha fan. He's got the Uchiha scythe there. The chain. Very cool. I like it. It's gonna be a big, big guy. I like the base on him as well. Nothing crazy. Just some stone with the chakra emanating out of it. Look how thick that clear resin is in the back. Wow. And this lights up, by the way. So all of this is gonna look beautiful. Look at that. Doing his little jutsu hand sign there. Man, this looks great. The coloring, everything is on point. Except for those black straps in the armor. But I can let it slide because everything else looks great. But if you notice on his feet, he is wearing the old school sandals. Alright? He's wearing the Bethlehem 3000s, you know what I'm saying? Not a fan of those sandals. I like the newer and improved sandals, from the current ninjas. He does use that in his reanimated mode. He only wears these sandals in his glory days, back in the day buffet. And since they are doing the live version of him, I guess that makes sense. But I do prefer the other sandals. Here you get another look at his hands. Lots of texturing. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that, guys. Paintwork, the armor. Look at the fabric. It's meant to look like fabric on his clothing. Lots of shading, lots of different colors. This is popping in all the right places. You even have little chips in the armor, which is cool. You got the scythe there, you know, two-tone. This is the base. Looks like it has a more Susanoo armor on the base as well, which is pretty cool. Here's the chakra that I mentioned. Very simple base, nothing crazy. It's all, looks like it's all gray. Not really any color variation. Then again, who cares about the base? This is just meant to hold, you know, the prize is up top. Now here's the LEDs that I told you. This is off, this is on. I think with the LEDs on, this is gonna look really nice. I hope the LEDs are strong enough to flow through all the clear resin. Because I did see the LEDs in other reviews from Minato, the quarter scale museum pose that did on him, and I gotta say, those LEDs leave a lot to be wished for. They're not that strong. You have to have literally the whole room black and then turn on the LEDs for it to even like show the way it's supposed to. And at that point, it's not even worth it. So something like this made a lot of clear resin to have a light emanating through. You might want to add your own LEDs if it's not strong enough out of the box. But even without LEDs, look at this, guys. It looks great. Beautiful, beautiful. This is him next to Minato. So you can see the size comparison. He is a bit taller than Minato, but that's mostly due to the fan. He's about the same size as Minato. That's them together. Very cool. I do prefer Madara's base over Minato's. I feel like Minato's base has a little too much going on at the bottom with the whole gold and black and all the little, you know, jutsu symbols down there. The ceiling jutsus. I don't know. I feel like his base is a little busy. Madara is much more simple. It's so simple enough that you overlook it and you just go straight for Madara. Where Minato, you look at him and then you're like, what the hell is this in the bottom? You know? That personal preference, that's just me. Here we have another little roadmap that they've been showing us for a while now. We got Minato, we got Madara. Up next, Hashirama. Madara and Hashirama quarter scale next to each other are a must. Those will be definitely coming home with me. That's without a doubt. Now here we have symbols of the next quarter scale characters that I have in mind doing. We got an Akatsuki symbol, we have an Uchiha symbol. This can mean anyone, but if I had to take a wild guess, they're gonna go with what's gonna sell the most and who sells most from the Akatsuki. Probably gonna be Itachi, right? Akatsuki Itachi quarter scale, you know something like that is gonna be bananas. But I wouldn't be surprised if they give us Pain as well. Quarter scale Pain, also very cool. Now, the Uchiha symbol here, you have a lot of different options. Again, you can go with Itachi if he's not the Akatsuki symbol. But they can also go other directions as well. They could give us Shisui, who knows? They could give us Sasuke. They might be going for the quarter scale Sasuke, in which case they'll probably give us quarter scale Naruto eventually as well. That's also a safe road that they can take. They know it's going to sell, they know it's going to look good. So that's also a possibility. Again, he looks great. It looks like there might be LEDs in his eyes as well based on this picture. If that's true, awesome. If not, it's probably just a play on the image, and in which case, again, it's fine. It is what it is. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. I just wanted to really get into those two pieces that really wowed me this week. You know, and yeah, basically, I'll keep you guys posted as usual. Keep my eyes open for cool pre-orders, cool events. I know they got events coming up right now in February. So hopefully we'll see some new statues, some new cool stuff to talk about then. So remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's talk. Let's get into it. Thanks for joining me. Have yourself a great day, great night. See you, my nerds.